anyone's in the chat. 1 second. Oh, there's 2 people in the chat. Mute that. Let me just update this. Get rid of that ad. Pop up. Update the link. There we go. Should work now. Okay. Hi there, everyone watching. All 3 of you. So I thought I'd stream a bit of this Doom editing. So it's I used to make my own levels in Doom, for those of you who didn't know. And I used to do this a lot around the time of Mortal Kombat 3 actually. In the arcade, it was my other pastime. When I wasn't playing Mortal Kombat 3 in the arcades, and I'd stay at home, I'd play Doom or edit levels, or play Dune 2 on PC. Big gamer. So, I'm just gonna run this. Get rid of this ad. Hang on, I got an ad on my screen. Go away. Okay, there we go. And I thought I'd share how it all works. So here we have a level I made. This one's called Redness.wad. I was never much for names of Doom levels because I'd have an idea for a level and I'd never have an idea for a name of a level. So I'd just be like, whatever jumped into my crazy mind at the time, that would become the name of the level. Such original bangers as I know, I'm going to make a train station. What will we call the WAD file? Train.wad. Anyway, this is one called Redness. I'll show you a bit of this. Around this time, I was getting better with, even this is a square room. I was sort of just playing with an idea in this one. But I was getting better with the textures, and I was getting better with the light levels. But the problem with making Doom levels is they always end up boxy if you're not creative, right? Because everything's in a square grid. I'll show you that in a minute. And it's easy just to create square things and square rooms and square corridors and square everything, right? So, as you can see though, here I've got a lighting effect on this switch. Light blinks smoothly every 0.5 seconds. I think that effect's good. And I've got the textures that actually have the lights on them. Because in the early days, I'd be like, oh, that's cool, I'd make this area flash. And then I'd have marble walls. It didn't make sense yet. Had to match the look to what was going on in the level. And that's why this part of the level here is darker. Is so you can get that lighting effect. Because if you have all the rooms at maximum light effect, or maximum light level, the light effect wouldn't work. I remember when we were first learning how to make Doom levels, we'd put the lighting effect on the rooms and wonder why it wouldn't work, and that's because every room was turned up to maximum brightness. So you couldn't see the lighting effect because everything was the brightest it had to be. To get the lighting effects to work, you had to have dark rooms that would then go up and down with the amount of light. And that's, how you get that to work. Here we got a whole bunch of items. What we got behind door number 1? A Hacker Demon. My favourite Doom monster. Oh, and we've got a Baronet. Now you know why I had all those soul spheres. I wanted to make something sort of dangerous. Having a skinny corridor where there's not much room to dodge. This is the hardest part, is that there's another Baron right there. Did I save any of those soul spheres? No, I did not. I'm about to die. 24% health. What's this do? Oh, that lowers everything. Well, that's nice. Oh, I teleported into right in front of him. Alright, let's try that again. One of them. You're supposed to just grab one as you need it. Let's lower them. Get those pillars out of the way. Alright. Beaten by my own level. Grab one. Grab another. Alright. Get rid of one of those. Chuck it in first. Got him. Once we get all 3 keys. Hey, the Quake! Grab all these items now. This is just it. There's nothing more to this level. I was just playing around with some ideas. What's going on here is the exit's just over here, and there was a hole but you couldn't get in there, right? And every time you hit a switch the hole gets larger and then you can exit the level. That's what I was playing around with. I think I might have even seen it in a Doom level and I copied it, and I wanted to just try replicating it. As you can see, once you get them all. There you go. Stream keeps intermittently crashing. Oh, really? That's weird. It's working here. Check out my phone as well. What sort of crashing are you getting, dude? Yeah, it keeps going, but the image freezes for a second. Well, I got it on my phone here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't know what's causing that. multitasking. I didn't see how that would affect the stream though. Well, is it still being bad? How about now? Because this is the part I wanted to show her on. Still doing it. I don't know what's doing that. What could it be? Oh. I think I know. I think I know. I bet I've got my stupid VPN on. I bet it's that. I was connected to some fucking VPN. In Australia, they're starting to block things and everything, so I need a VPN now to, like, you know, go to certain websites. It's fucked. Should be okay now. Let's do a test. I'll go back to Doom. That's the best way to fix it, I would say. Let's try that. Okay. Looks good. Okay. Yeah, it was that. Oh, did I close DOSBox? I'm stupid. Why did I do that? Now I gotta do everything again. Now, C. F drive. Oh, let's set the window up again. I don't think I don't see it over here. Where's the game? What the fuck? Weird. Alright. Okay. How's it going? Yeah, I'm good. Is it freezing now, or is it all good now? It should be all good now, right? Let me create some action. Okay, so it's working now. Alright, good. Alright. So, yeah, I thought I'd do a stream about editing Doom levels. Let me first show you. I made this level last week in preparation for the stream. So, this is just a bullshit. So, here's the cool thing for those of you who didn't know about Doom. Like, from the get-go, it seemed to support adding on custom levels and WODs, and I was just like, that was just fucking genius. I have to look it up. It's probably not in the very, very first version, but I'm pretty sure like most versions of Doom supported the /file command to add your own PWOD, which I think stood for personal WOD file. Yeah, my house.wod. Dude, I watched Romero play that. I watched that video. And that WOD is so complicated. Jesus. I was watching it going, How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? So here we have a level I made last week. Right. I forgot to make it something. I had a lot of trouble with this WOD because I hadn't made a WOD for ages, right? And I couldn't remember all the nuances. I could remember like all the main shit, but I couldn't remember like how to fix some certain things. So this is just it, right? So I just want to show you guys on the stream. That's what it looks like in game, right? Oh, let's put on full mode. Okay, there you go. So full mode, if you don't know, in Doom, you type IDDT, and then IDDT, and then IDDT again. So, the first one shows the level. The first time you show it, it shows any secrets. And then the third time you type it, or second time you type it, whatever it is, it shows any items. That's what these triangles are. They're dead guys. Let's see. It shows any items or things that are on the ground. Again, you see, I did some lighting effects here. I made the teleporter blink. And you might notice that this teleporter is perfectly aligned, as you can see. The pentagram pattern there. The teleporter works. But on our receiving pad, we have a problem. The texture is not aligned. Right? So we'll have a look at that in a minute. Editor. Here's your screen. Not sure what you mean. Who's your Australia? Right. So if we go into the editor, I use DU. Read or read total mk.wad. It's loaded the file total mk.wad. As it says, updating level E1M1. That's because when I created the file or created the custom level, it replaced the E1M1 level. So you can pick which level it replaces. It could be the 3rd level, the 5th level, whatever. It's always best just to do the 1st level, because if you give someone your WOD file and they don't know it's like level 8 and they don't know the ID CLEV 18 cheat, they're going to have to play through to level 8 to see the level. So you always should make it E1M1. Alright, here we are. This is it. So, let's put a grid on. Now, first thing you notice, G for grid. You should always use a grid. I'm going to show you why. See down the bottom right corner, you've got, I want to move the mouse down there, but I can't go all the way near my mouse pointer. Grid 128. That means this grid is set to 128 by 128 by 128 walls. In Doom, doors are 128, but teleporters are 64. So let's go one more. There we go, 64. Now, what do you notice? This teleporter is perfectly aligned to this grid, and that's why this texture lines up perfectly. And this one is not. See how it's spanning across 4 other squares instead of being like perfectly on one. Now, I'm not sure. I know with textures, you can like do things to like line up the texture. But I don't know. I don't remember if you can do it with a floor texture or not. So change type. And it's teleporter. And it's the line I've tagged. Go to teleporter. Light level. Ceiling texture. Floor texture. Ceiling height. Floor height. See, there's no way I can't line up the texture for sectors. But what you could do, there's 2 things you can do. You can move the sector so it lines up to the grid, or you can just say, you know what, the floor texture, I picked gate 3, and I could pick something more weird that wouldn't matter if it was personally. See, something like this has to be aligned, right? But something like that probably doesn't have to be. So let's maybe go with lava's animated. Let's go with lava 1, right? before I exit, I should explain more. But basically, the way it works is you've got a square box, and that's a sector, right? It starts off with a vertex. So vertexes mark, like, you know, where you're putting your connecting lines. Just think of it like you got to collect all the lines. You can't have a gap. You can never have a gap, because if you see outside the void, you will see the what we call the Hall of Mirrors effect. And you're supposed to always mark these. I remember clockwise. So, uh, 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 when you add stuff. So once you've got your vertexes, you do your lines, and then once you do your lines, you do your sector. So it's like a 3-step process. First you do your dots, and then you mark those and create a box. Then you mark all the lines, and you insert that, and then you've got a sector. When you've got a sector, that's like a 3D room with a floor texture, a ceiling texture, 4 walls, and you can set those properties. How high is the floor? How high is the roof? What's the floor look like? What's the ceiling look like? What do the walls look like? For example, see here, you can see that our line here, it's got first side def. So zoom out one. There we go. So we got first selected line def is the line. It means one line, right? But then we've got first side def. That's because there's one side of the line that you can see. There's only one side of the line. Some lines have 2 sides because this is a hard wall around. But for example, this line here, you step up to the teleporter, right? So it has two sides. The side you see when you're facing it, and the side you see when you're facing into it from the other side of it. But in this case, there's no normal texture. There's only a lower texture because it's raised up. So there's like a metal strip that goes around it that I've added. Yeah, so same here. This is just a step. And see, when you've got your sector, you can do things like you change your floor height. See, I've got it set to 16 pixels high. Change your ceiling height, which is 128. And something you have to take into account is the math. I think the Doom guy he's either 72 pixels high or 96. I can't remember which one it is. It's 72 or 96. Anything smaller than that, Doom guy won't be able to walk down the corridor. The roof's too low. So, as long as you got that okay, you can say, okay, so I've got a ceiling height of 128, but I've raised the floor 16. So I've got to take 16 from 128, which is 112. So still clear enough for Doom guy to walk through. Here's your floor texture, your ceiling texture, light level, type, line def tag. So tags are used for like special effects like teleporting. I'll show you that in a minute. Type is like what does the sector do? So there's just normal, does nothing. There's light blinking effects, like random blinking, symmetrical blinking, blinking every second. Then you got this one, minus 10 or 20% health, and the light blinks every 0.5 second. Then you just got minus 10, minus 5/10% health, minus 2/5% health, marked as acid floor. I think this is lava floor. I think that's acid floor. Light pulsates every 2 seconds. And here you got secret. So, when someone finds a secret, you mark that sector as secret. As soon as you step into that sector in the game, you'll be credited for that. And it will be added to the total. Unknown ceiling goes down. That's interesting. I think this one was it's a crushing ceiling. That's in some of the Doom levels where it comes down like to crush you. I don't know why it's called unknown though. Strange. Minus 10, 20% health. And end level when health is less than or equal to 10%. So that's used on the last level of the first chapter when you beat the two barons and you teleport into the darkness. And like you get attacked by all the monsters and then the level just ends. That's what that's our tag is. Light blinks smoothly, pulsate, blinks every 0.25 seconds. And then we just have an unknown one tag. I don't know what that does. And then you got enter a decimal value. So if you've got a value, so if it's not on this list, as I mentioned in another stream, my cousin couldn't find the open door when shot for doors. So he went into the editor and he found the decimal value tag, and it was G1, and then he just put it in. He put in the decimal value tag, and that worked. You know, speaking of doors, we got one right here, right? So if I go in here, and we go to doors, it's type 1 is a door. So here we got all the doors. So DR means door repetitive. So open door closes after 6 seconds. Open door closes after 6 seconds, as many times as you want, but you need the blue key, yellow key, red key. SR, that's repetitive switch, opens door. S1 means switch can only be hit once, opens door and closes after 6 seconds, which means you get one chance to go through the door. WR is walk, repeat. So that's when you walk over a line, it opens a door, and as many times as you want. That's a single time. Then we got D1, so that's open door. You get one chance again. And then with the switch, with the keys. Then we got switch, repetitive, open door, but the door stays open. Same thing, switch, but one time. Walk trigger. Oh, here's G1. Open door stays open when shot. I must have got added because I updated this. Yeah, I updated this. This is the latest edit, latest DU. It's like 624 or something, but we always use 5.1, and 5.1 might not have had G1 because I remember we had to find the tag to do it. We went to the level and looked it up. So, and you can see there's the tag there, number 46 to the right. SR, closed door. Closed door for 30 seconds. So, the way teleporters work, if you're wondering, they're very tricky. So, you make your sector, and then you mark the line as a type. And you got special, and it's WR teleport to another sector, right? So you do that, right? Now, then you go to change the sector tag. And here you got sector 1. Right. Whoops. And then you go over here, go back to sectors, go on here, and you change the line def tag to 1, which means line tag 1 and sector 1, they go to each other. And the final thing you need to do is you have to add a teleport exit. It's funny because I made the teleport. I remembered how to do the whole thing, and I didn't know why it wouldn't work, and it was because I didn't have the exit. That's the part I forgot about. And so these dots, or these crosses, they're all things in the game. So here I've got player 1, 2, 3, 4 start, and then I've got 4 deathmatch starts. It's just because when you make a level, if you don't have player 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 deathmatch starts, the editor cracks it every time. It goes, there's no player 2 starting point. you know, the game might crash. There's no playthrough. So I just put it all in there to keep it quiet. And then your red dots here are your enemies. So that's got 2 imps. And they're facing north. You can see by the arrow. And then here we got, 4 sergeants. And here we have an item, the computer map. I put that there just to get 100% on the items. And this tag here, I tagged as secret. So if you go through the door, see currently it's number 9, secret. Yeah, so if you walk through this doorway, you'll get credited for secret. You finish the level, you get 100%, right? So, yeah. Now, what we'll do in a minute is I'll add a room. Okay? I'll add a room. But before we do that, let's see if the change that I did to this sector worked. Change the texture. So let's save it. Alright, I'm going to quit. I'm going to copy total mk.word c /doom / file total oops mk oops oh god. Okay. Let's see if it worked. So as you can see, that's fixed our problem. The texture alignment issue. So by using a texture that's more random, that's not uniform to a grid, that fixed that problem. And exit level. As you can see, you get 100% because I have a secret, I have an item, and I killed everybody in the room. So let's do some edits, shall we? Alright. Firstly, let's say I don't like that teleporter there. I can drag this sector. Oops. Oh, that did not follow the grid. Why is that? Your 64. So now the texture will line up. So let's now change that for texture to gate. Change it back to gate 3. There we go. And we're going to save it. And you got to do this. It rebuilds the level because I moved something around. Also, you can do a you can do a check. Good, it passed the check. All right. There we go. Our issue has been fixed now. With the grid alignment, we can now have a gate 3 texture that... Oh. It only teleported once. I must have made it W1. Either that or I screwed up the tags with what I was playing around. Anyway. Alright. let's have some more fun. Let's do some proper editing now. I'm a bit nervous about doing this because if you make a mistake, the editor crashes. And if the editor crashes, I got to restart DOSBox every time, which is annoying. Let me look at this teleporter. What happened to it? WR. I did screw something up. Sector tag 1. Find F tag 1. Find F tag 2. Sector tag 2. Wait, that should work. That's strange. Teleport. Thing. Oh, it's because I moved the landing. That's the problem. That's what I forgot to fix. That's why it wouldn't teleport. There we go. Now it'll work. Alright. Now. So, let's add a new room, shall we? So, what we'll do is we'll add the total MK room. So, what are we on? 128. Go to vertexes. We'll change it to 64. Right. So we're going to insert. What do I call the total MK room? Right. Have some fun with this. Might have to fix that L. Move that down. I don't think this is going to look. Let me do this. Let me do this again. This A is not correct. I need to get this A right. It's a good idea to use grid paper to mark your level out, but I have no grid paper, so I'm just winging it here. If I do it this way, I might do it like that. Might apex it there, grid, insert, It's gonna look strange, I think. I'll come back to it. M space. This is the K. It's not easy to do the K, man. It's a bit of a weird K, but oh well. This will do enough for the demonstration. And now we'll put we'll put it in a big room. Like that. 4 walls. Oh, maybe I'll put this down here. Now, we need a way into the room. We'll make it a secret, huh? So, we'll have another big door here. And we'll zoom in here. Change our grid to interlock here. And we're going to insert one right there. And we're going to say, yes, we're going to split the line depth there. Oh, why did it move like that? That should be aligned. It's not. Why isn't it aligned? That's strange. Do that one too. Weird. It wasn't lined up. How the fuck is that not lined up? Well, it is now. Hey, that's off there as well. What the shit's going on? I must have moved it or something. The whole thing's out of whack. That's very strange. I don't know why that's off by like 1 pixel. That's very weird. Well, it's not now. It should not be like that. Everything should follow the lines 100%. As you can see on this first room here. Alright, so we've split our line depth here. Now comes the fun part. How do we make it a 3D room? So first we'll start with this bit. Like I said, you're supposed to go clockwise and you mark it. You go. And you push insert. There we go. There we go. Let's set that. Now we have a sector. Cool. So now that's a room now connected to this room. Now one thing that's important when you're editing a Doom level is this little line that, see how it's yellow, but see this little line that sticks out? That shows which way the line's facing. Sometimes the editor, it does it wrong. It puts it the other way around. That's when you get crashes. That's when you get sectors not closed. That's when you start getting errors and weirdness. So it's really important that you look which way they are. Now, if something's inside a room, yeah, it should be pointing out like that. Yeah, it should always be pointing out outward. Now let's go back to the vertexes. We're going to mark this room. I have a feeling I'm going to have trouble with this A, but I'll try it. I think I stuffed this up. Let's start this again. This A again. Piece of paper for a sec. Okay, that's what I want to do. Right. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta draw it. Reals easy. Hello. Alright. Now let's see how the M goes. Oh, that should have had a thing there here. How's it going, Van Damage? Yeah, we're editing a Doom level here. Could. So what we can do is we can still insert a vertex here at the breakpoint. Right? Change the grid and bring that down. Like that. There we go. That's better. Yeah. I like to always have the grid on like 128 just because it moves around better. If you got the grid real small, I'll show you what I mean. See what I mean? It's trouble moving around, so I just bring it back to the big size. Anyway, we're gonna go. I feel like I've stuffed this up somehow. I have. This isn't right. If I can delete that. Maybe that's how I do it. Like that. Yeah, it's a funny looking K. Let me just see how it looks like. Let me just try this out. It might look weird. No, it's not too bad. It's weird though. Let's see if we can fix it. Bring this in a bit. There we go. It's like a weird H now. It's like a weird H. I think I want more of a steeper thing on that. Bro. Alright. That'll do for this purposes of this demo anyway. Alright. There we go. So we got a weird total MK. We're gonna have some fun with some lighting effects on this for sure. So in an Aussie MK2 level is 4 on MKLK at the moment, getting intense. What do you mean 4? So now we got to make it a sector, right? This is the fun part. So the way it works is, see that line's the wrong way, I think. Yeah, that line's facing the wrong way. I'll have to fix that in a minute. So we mark the outside lines, and then we have to mark the inside lines. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, what happened there? Why are there two? Whatever. Looks like I left a couple of broken lines in some of these sectors by mistake. Oh, Texas. Alright, so I've marked everything. Zoom out, just check we've marked it all. Alright. Alright, hit insert. There we go, we got our sector. Now we have to do the individual ones that I had. This one. Right. And then this one, the A. Alright. There we go. Now, let's fix the line, because this line's wrong. So there's a thing in this editor, we mark the line. We go up to miscellaneous, and it's flip line def. There we go, now it's facing the right way. Now if I was to make this just as a test, floor height 10, should be first side def lower texture. Yep, that's correct. Okay, go back to making that 0. Okay, now the walls facing inward, facing inward, inward, and inward, which means our walls are all working. Well, they should be. Now all of these lines look incorrect because they're all facing inward, which isn't right. They should be facing the other way. I don't know why the editor does this. As you can see, these face outward. It always faces outward, so if you got a line facing inward, it's not going to work. So that means you've got to mark all the lines that are incorrect. I'll do that individual sector last. Yeah, they're all wrong. Not one of them is correct. I don't know why I did that. Maybe you're supposed to mark the inside first and the outside. I'm pretty sure I did it right. Anyway, this fixes it, because if you don't do this, it'll be really bad. It'll just crash a lot. It could still crash anyway if I don't do something right. But I know this is how you check and fix this. Yeah. Yeah, all the lines are wrong. Alright, okay, miscellaneous. Flip line def. There we go. As you can see, all the lines are pointing outward now. Because the sector was inverted. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like if you're looking at it and it should be raised and it's the wrong way around, would look like it's lowered or something. It's sort of like backward. You can tell when you look at it in the game. Now we need to fix this one because these are incorrect as well. Flip line def. Where would we be with that flip line def? Yes, flip line def. Alright. Is it hard making a game on DOS? Well, this is DOS. I'm using DOSBox to emulate DU. So now we're going to continue our marble textures. We'll just keep the thematic the same. I'm going to edit the first side def and change the current texture, which is grey 4. I type marble, and here are all the textures we can have in Doom. That's the current texture I've got, but because it's a secret room, we'll make it a little bit different, eh? We'll make it like the one without the skulls. We'll make it a bit more boring. Alright, let's now to change the floor to change floor texture. No, it's not called marble, it's called floor 7 or something. There we go, 7.2. I'll just keep that. And we'll change the ceiling texture. Flat 18. Forget what I had as the ceiling texture. Oh, that's right, I had this metal texture, I think. Flat 3. Forget what I had this as. Oh no, it was flat 18. Whoops. Alright, I'll change it back. Flat 18. Alright, that was that one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make our... Oh, hang on, did I not insert them as... Oh, I didn't insert them as separates yet. Oh, hang on, did I stuff this up? Oh no, I stuffed this up. I didn't insert the letters. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm going to have to start this again. My bad. I have to do it again. Because I didn't do something right. Okay, let's do this again. Shit. Oh man. I forgot to do all the letters. I was obsessed with the O and the A that I forgot to do the letters themselves as well. It's alright, it won't take long to fix. Let's just do this. Okay. So that's the basic. This is the part I didn't do. Stupid me. I didn't do the T. Oh, go away. That's it. That's better. That's already been inserted. I stuffed it up again, I think. You got to mark this all correctly, otherwise it won't work. This is the part you have to get right. And the way it works is, if you have a square and there's another thing inside it, you have to mark the outside square and the edge of the inside square. Then you have to mark the inside square so it has independent values as its own sector. But it has to piggyback off the outside square, so it has to be included in the marking when you do it. So let's try this again. Third time's a charm. I think what I'm doing wrong is... Yeah, what I'm doing wrong is I shouldn't be marking that inside one yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, that's it. Insert. Now, then we do the T. So now the T has independent values. And now we do the O. Whoops. And we mark the inside of the O. Insert. And then we do the inside of the O one more time. There we go. That's it. Now we do the T. Do the A. There we go. That's it. So now each letter has its own independent values. There's something going on with this A here. You can see the line is a different color for whatever reason. It's solid. For some reason, I haven't marked that properly. But we can edit that and make it two-sided, maybe transparent. There we go. Still get rid of impossible. There we go. I don't know how that happened. There's probably going to be bugs. It's going to crash. Hey Oda, how's it going? Oh, this is my first Doom WOD. I'm just showing you how it's done. Like, I'm just showing you guys the painstakingly crazy part of making a Doom level. So now we're going to take the secret off here because we're going to make a new secret. So let's edit this sector. Change type, normal now. Oh, actually, it was a door. Do we have door there? Oh no, it still should be a door. Yeah, it's still a door. Okay. Now, the greatest thing about this editor is you mark the sector when you want a door. And you go objects. Hang on, where is it? Oh, make door from sector. There we go, boom, and that does everything for you. But we're going to make this, seeing as it's a secret, same texture. Marble 2. Oh, marble 2, there it is. So it looks the same as the other walls. And we'll make them door track. Door track. There we go. Now we're going to make the roof. I have a special one that I use for doors. This one. Flat 20. Alright. And we've got these 4 walls now. 1, 2. That's first side. Changes to mob. And yeah, we're going to use the boring one. That's right. We'll do something fun here. We'll make letters. Oh, that's fucked. See, that's not right. I must have marked that properly. Do I have to do it again? Seriously? What happens? See how there's a gap there in the A? That will crash. That will definitely crash the game 100%. Yeah, I gotta do it again. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. Yes, I'll do it again. God damn it. I don't know how that happened. I knew that was weird. I'm like, why is that line got impassable on it? Alright, I'm just deleting everything because we're gonna mark this all again. And the first thing I'm gonna do. Alright. Get rid of this stupid extra vertex that's here. There we go. Oh, see, that's not marked correctly. Oh, man, this is all fucking bad. Is that because I flipped it? Maybe that's because I flipped it. See, it's right. These are supposed to go the other way. I reckon it's because I flipped it. Okay. So, then that's correct. Okay. It goes that way, that way, that way, that way. That way, that way, that way, that way. Yeah, okay, alright. They shouldn't meet like that. See these two arrows? How they're meeting? They're both they're both meeting like that. One line's pointing that way, one line's pointing that way. That's not right. And see here, there's no arrow here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna delete this. Vertex. I'm gonna mark it the other way to fix it. There we go. That's correct now. It's just because I flipped it. Yeah. The arrows have to go like point. They should never point to each other. That's a problem. They should point to the next vertex. Okay. We have to figure all this shit out. You know what I'm saying? We have to figure all this crap out. See, I don't really need this vertex here. I'm going to leave it though, just because when I mess with it, then I got to fix things. So, okay, that looks all good now. All right. Fourth time's a charm. Well, you just got to get all your vertexes correct, and because I'm sort of just streaming this, I guess, and I'm rusty, I'm just sort of rushing things. But like, for example, that M, I didn't need these vertexes here. See, that was silly. That can just be one line. But if I delete it now, then I got to fix it and remark it. I'd rather not. They're all pointing the right way, so I'll just leave it. But the A was bugging me because I had this like one extra line here. It was just weird. All right, so we'll go back to line def. Hopefully this is it this time. I'm getting sick of doing this. All right. Yay! Alright. Now, do the T. Now we'll do the O. He's done. Alright. L is done. M is done. K is all filled in, M is all filled in, L is all filled in, A is all filled in, T is all filled in, O is all filled in, T is all filled in. Alright, that's right now. We'll set the walls again, seeing as I think they went back to default. Shut up. Alright, level 2. So we'll make this just for fun. Marble. We'll make it match the other side, which is marble 1. Oh, marble 2. Oh, meant to make them marble 1. Whoops, I got that backwards. Okay, oh, I did have marble 1. Okay, good. Alright, now floor texture. Change the floor texture. Floor 7-2, which is marble floor. Now we're going to make the total MK letters a different floor texture. We're going to change the floor height too. What we reckon, 16. We'll change the floor texture to F water 1. Alright. Now because I raised the floor, I have to set all the lower textures on all the line defs of the letters. That's okay. I'm okay doing that. We're going to edit the first side def, change the lower texture, and what do we want to have? What do we want to have for the lower texture? Brown one. Brown 144. Brown 96. Maybe brown 96. What do you reckon? Brown hug. Cement 1. Brownwell. That'll do. Alright, now. So we need to change the second side def lower texture, which is the other side of the line. So we're gonna second side def lower texture round well. There it is. Right. Now, the light level, I made 128, so we're going to make this one 128, this one. Change the light level, that's what I thought about, 128. So we're going to lower the light level from maximum, which is 255, to 128. And that's because we're going to do some cool lighting effects. But we're just going to make the O, because those are, we're going to make the letters flash. But the O, I don't want the middle of the O and the middle of the A to be part of that, so I also have to make them 128, which is what it's already on. Okay, and now we're going to select these letters to do some cool flashing effects in the dark. Actually, I might make it darker, but I want the letters to really stand out. Alright, in the total MK room. So we're going to go to change type. Light smoothly pulsates. I like that one. Alright. There we go. Now, let's change this to, let's make it darker. Let's make it 64. That's pretty dark. Light level 64. Alright. Now, all these lines facing the right way. It looks like it. Check it. Yep. 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 Yep, 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 yep. Alright. I think this is gonna work. Now, I'll make this a secret. Change type. Secret. Credit if discovered. Alright. It's gonna be, yeah, DR. So it's a door that opens as many times as you want. Oh, this needs an upper texture. Why is that? There's something wrong there. Upper texture? I don't get it. Floor 0. Floor 0. 40. 128. Why is that in upper texture? That's strange. So, what an upper and lower texture is, let me explain this. The way it works is with the floor and the ceiling height. If I have a flat floor and then I have another square box in that flat floor that's up 16 pixels, then the lower texture is the side of that square that you're seeing, right? Now, how do I explain this? If I was to have the ceiling lower on this square, then in this square up here, up above, I would need to set the upper texture. So you'd have the normal texture is the front one, the lower texture is lower, and the upper texture is if it's upper showing. I don't know why this wants an upper texture. I don't know why that is, because this room, and this room are all 0 floor. This is a door, so it's always 0, 0. The floor and ceiling are 128. Floor and ceiling is 0. Let me just check this door. Yeah, 0, 0. That's normal for a door. I don't know why that wants an upper texture. As you can see, this is another door, and this does not have... Oh, no, it does have an upper texture. Okay. Doors must have upper texture. I must have just forgot this. Yeah, doors have upper texture. Okay. So, the normal texture is incorrect then. I want nothing. How do I have nothing? I think it's up the top. Let me browse to the top. Sorry, it's because I was holding up. There we go. We'll put nothing. There we go. And now the upper texture is the door. Okay. And we're going to have marble. I'll put marble 3. Alright. That's it. That's correct now. Now, let's go to things. Let's put an item in here. Insert. Change angle southeast. Let's put west. So when you walk into the room, you're facing it. What are we going to put? Change type. Player enemy weapon bonus. Decoration light sources. What's decoration light sources? Oh, right. Lamps and stuff. Dead bodies, hanging bodies. Teleport landing. Enter decimal. Alright, we're gonna go with the bonus. How about we put the soul sphere. The good old soul sphere. Or maybe we'll put it on the last letter of total MK. Just like that. Now, I'm going to do a check, and I reckon it's going to beep at me and say, it's failed. Let's see. Oh, I passed. Excellent. Maybe I do have it all right. Normally, I get a failure. All right, so we're going to save it. I'm just going to rebuild it now. Yes, to confirm. This is the fun part. Let's see if I did it all correctly. Rebuilding the block map. You rebuild that block map. Sometimes the worst part about making a Doom level, and if you follow all the rules that I said, like have all the lines the right way, you should be okay. But if you don't, sometimes you go out of the edit and you go back in and it's trashed the level. It's just everything's gone like garbage. Like all the vertexes are all messed up and there's lines going everywhere. In fact, I can show you that. If you want to see that, I'm going to show you that. Because I was checking a level earlier. Oh, hang on, I deleted it, I think. Did I delete it? I did delete it, damn it. Alright, hang on. I'll copy it back. I'll show you guys. And let me, before I forget, copy total. Alright, du. I'm gonna read train.word. So I opened this before and I went, whoa, what the hell happened? As you can see, this was supposed to be a train station. And I had, see, all the sectors are all fucked up, see? They shouldn't be like this. You can see this is supposed to be a train track with the little rungs in between it. And I didn't do something right. And the editor's like, fuck the whole level, basically. If you load this up in Doom, it immediately crashes it. Right? So I think what I did was, I think I remember hearing if you have too many sectors inside one sector, it doesn't like it. And I did have a whole bunch of sectors here for each little track and that. I thought that could be causing it. But I'll show you how I fixed it. Train 2.1. I think I went back in and fixed it up, and this is what it ended up becoming. And this works. This is a level I made called, it's just a train station. You start here, you come down to the train station, there's a whole bunch of guys, there's a ticket booth here, and there's 2 little train tracks, there's a secret here, and that's basically it. I just made it for fun. But yeah. Alright, let's see if it works. Doom/file. This is the fun part. When you finally think you got it all working. You never do, by the way. Alright, so we're gonna open this. Alright, so our secret's over here. We can't see it. Oh no, we can see it. See that? Oh, that's because I have the computer map, actually. Never mind. There's our door. Oh, no crashing so far. That's good. Oh, look, it says Total MK. Look at that. Hang on, I thought I did smooth pulsating. It's not smooth pulsating. Get out and do this here. Did I get the middle of the A and the O right? I did. Fuck, I'm good. It took a while, but I got it right in the end. There it is, in the game. As you can see, it looks a lot like the editor, doesn't it? Alright. Where's that different one? I did a different texture. Is it there? Oh yeah, there it is. See, I did a different texture for the door. Bit over to see this dark. Hang on. I-D-E-O-L. Oh, there we go. And that's what it looks like if you could see it. Oh! I do have a texture on the side. Okay. There we go. The hard part about making a Doom level is once you know how to do it, is creating something that's actually good. You know. Like something that's like unique, like, right, this is just for fun, showing you guys something. But like, as you can see, all these rooms are square, right? When you play Doom, or next time you play Doom, you have a look at the level design. It's really quite something. You know, you did some really great round levels, and you know, round rooms, and make the rooms interesting and stuff. There are some levels that I did make where things were more where I was getting better with that sort of thing. I'll show you guys actually. My favorite level. It's a Doom 2 level. It's this one. This is it. Hang on. Sorry, that's loud. Alright. So, this is it. I'm going to cheat just to show you guys this level. But have a look at the textures I did on this level. This level, I'll just do the cheat to show you. This is the whole level. So it started. I was experimenting in the editor, and it's a different editor for Doom 2. It's called Death, not DEU. In Death, there was a thing called Generate Stairwell, and see that spiral stairwell. The editor made that for me. I generated the spiral stairwell. I'm like, that's kind of cool, and then I added everything else onto it for fun. I'm just going to cheat to show you guys the level fast. Otherwise, it's quite a hard level actually. Because I put all these trees here to be annoying and sort of make it tricky to get around all this stuff. You're supposed to get the shotty at the start and then get the double barrel shotty like that. And then this is the stairwell. did some, I don't know. I did some things on this level that I really like. The biggest stellar ever. So here we have. I did something really weird. It's kind of strange. But you know how Doom's sort of like, you know, demons and hell and everything. So I had this dead guy here, right? This is where I forced there to be a texture. So the marble is the lower texture. The dead guy is the normal texture, and if there was a thing above it, that would be the upper texture. That's the upper texture on this side, right? But as you can see, it's see-through on this side. It's a wall, it's not a wall. It's supposed to be like a hell thing. And you can hear all that teleporting going on. So if you open this door, you want this yellow key, but you can't get to it. But I'm proud of the design that I did here. So I got the rock walls, the waterfall, and there's a sector at the back. So the waterfall's actually going into a hole in front of the teleporter. I don't know, it makes it look cool, I reckon. And you can't get that yellow key. It's like teasing you, right? So how do you get the yellow key? Try the red door maybe. Go down here. I could probably done a bit more with the light on this level. The light's all bright. And there you go. You actually can get the key card by going around. And then we'll go. Where's my other sheet? So we'll go here into this room. So yeah, I was very proud of the textures on this map. See, we've got a unique floor here. I got an item. I got the ceiling height's higher, so there's an upper texture there. Got the gate for lower texture here. There's a secret over here, rocket launcher. And this is the room. It was full of monsters, and they all teleported out. This is the teleport. And it teleports back to the start here. And you got a whole bunch of Hell Knights to deal with. Moth on me. Alright. Oh, one more Hell Knight. Alright. So we got our yellow key. Can we go in here? Oh, I know what I did wrong. No. I did this wrong. It's because I did the keys cheat. You weren't supposed to be able to get the yellow key at the start. That was my bad. You're supposed to get the key, teleport back here, and the yellow key's the last one. Oh yeah, was it this one? The blue key was that next? I forget now. That opens later. It must have been this one, the blue one. And this is a tough one. Like I said, I was proud of the textures here. I was getting a bit more creative. As you can see, this room has a creek flowing through the middle of it here. And I put some textures here. And the teleporter's on top of this, like, sort of slab. And, you know, I started to look at how they did it in the Doom game, and they were doing things like that. So I started sort of copying that idea and doing things like that. I put a dead guy there too, a dead marine. And I think there's a secret here somewhere. I thought there was a secret in this room. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. We can teleport. Then we teleport into this room. Oh, this is a regular secret. all those guys. And here we have my blood waterfall, which I was very proud of. Here's the secret. You can walk through the wall and get a whole bunch of rockets for yourself. It's a bonus for this. So now I should have 50 rockets now. Go back down. You're supposed to then go back down. You then had the right key to open the other door. Yeah, then you got the red key to get the yellow key because you couldn't get it at the start. Alright, so then you got the red key to the start. And then this is the yellow key. This is like the final part of it. So, of the level. As you can see, I made this look very ominous. I did something cool here. I had like a trim around this hexagonal room. So, as you can see, I was trying to get away from that square room idea here. And as you can see, I made the floor have a trim around it. And a path leading up to the teleporter sort of thing. With some sort of creepy animated textures that were built into Doom 2. And I put a dead guy there. And you teleport in. Did this river sort of thing again. This river idea. You might notice, see this island? Kind of looks like an arrow. So that's actually, I've got this secret showing, but it's actually pointing to a secret. Right. I made this tunnel darker. Did some light effect here. I don't know why I didn't do more lighting effect at the start of the level. As you can see, I put dead guys here, like their bodies washed into this sort of pit. Alright. Same thing going on here. We'll get the berserk, seeing as that's a bonus item. Now, the fun part. So, you can beat this without cheating. But at first you gotta be like, what the hell? And this was the favourite thing I did in this level. I really liked this. I thought this was cool. I put a switch here. And this switch basically lowers all those walls. And there's a million monsters behind this wall, right? But I made it look demonic by putting a dead guy above the switch there. Like this one square cutout with a dead guy hanging in the sky. It's sort of like floating and weird. I thought that kind of looked really cool. I was kind of proud of that. I'm like, that looks awesome. Right, so we're going to activate our switch. I'm going to switch to BFG. There's a million monsters, as you're going to see in a minute. Where'd he go? They're planning something. Maybe the cacodemon killed me. Let me check something. So in Doom, sometimes, I don't know how, but sometimes the lost souls get outside the wall of the level, and you can see them going around the wall of the outside level, and you can't get 100% if that happens, unless you clip through the wall and kill them. So I'm just seeing if there's any stray lost souls. No. Anyway, yeah, shit like this, I was kind of proud of this. It's still not a great level, but it's like, it's interesting, right? I've got the big pentagram in the middle. And I was getting better with the texturing. It's still not to the standard of like what ID Software were doing though. Of course. And then once you do that, yeah, this switch comes up and you can finish the level. The funny thing is, I didn't get all the secrets. if I was to do this level again, right, and put on cheats, now that I know the switch is there, I could just do this. Because it's not hidden behind a door or anything. It's just out in the open. It just raises up and you can see the button. But the switch is there the whole time. And there's another level I'll show you guys that I did. I'll cheat on this one too. Because the thing is, with the Doom levels that I made, I always put too many monsters and bosses. And I'd always put too many bonuses. And I'd be like, well, if you find the bonus, you can beat the level, which is kind of silly, right? But I did some cool things on this level that I want to show you guys. So, you start the level in this box with a whole bunch of shotgun ammo. And all you got is this switch, which lowers the walls. And then you got 4 pain elementals coming at you from each corner of the room. And this is where, see this room, it's square again. This is the thing, this is the problem with making levels. You need to be more creative than this. Just making every room square is shit. Where's the other pain elemental? There's 4. Killed it. I do like that in Doom, how the monsters can turn on each other. I think that's hilarious. Alright, now you kill everyone, and you're like, well, where do I go? And then you might see this point of interest over here. We've got a, something again that I'm proud of. A dead guy behind a grill. So yeah, hit your U's on that. That opens a door, a secret door over here. Oh, there he is. Pain elemental. I knew you were somewhere. And this is a walk to open door. WR. See this room? This is interesting. This is where I did something actually good. I probably should have made this floor a bit high though. I should have raised this floor high. But as you see, I've got some good textures in here. The light's good. I've got this interesting thing going on where like you're stuck in this sort of cage. And you've got 2 sides that have things in them. So how do we get to those? We have to figure that out. So we're going to lower the lift. Through there, you drop down, go to this teleporter, go in there, or you go this way. See where this one goes, there's another drop down. And in the corner is this red key card. If you're not paying attention, you won't have the red key. So, because as you see when you drop down, you're not facing it. So let's pick that up. Going here, there's 2 lamps here. We've got a secret lift here. Beating hard down on the podium. Going down that lift then lowers this thing in the middle. Fire that BFG we just picked up, and it's going to take out all those imps. Again, I was proud of these textures. I was proud of this sort of room, even though it's sort of a rectangle. I had this like round thing in the middle, made it a bit more interesting. I'll never forget when I showed this to my cousin. because we would make the levels, and then we'd make I'd make my cousin like test them, like, so what do you think of this level, right? I'd make him play it, and I'd play his levels, and vice versa. Anyway, so he gets to this part, and I made this cool like room with 3 doors. I really liked it, and you get here, right, and nothing happens. You can't open this door. You can't open this door. But this door opens. But it opens to nothing. And he just looked at it and he goes, what the fuck do I do? He didn't like that. I'm like, did you try shooting the door? So I had a double door thing going on. He thought that was really cheap. Some Wolfenstein guys in there. Now, I'm going to admit to something here. There is a defect in this level. When I made it, this wall, if you look at it, see how it looks like a piece of paper? That's because it's just a line. I made that line solid. That's a mistake. It should have had a another line here and then another line there, so it was more solid. But because I stuffed it up and I didn't want to re-edit the whole level, I just made it a solid. I made it a solid texture and impassable. But when you look at it here, you can tell it's a fuck up because it's not 3D. It's 2D that's solid. It's 2D that's trying to look like 3D. I like this. Press that switch. Exposes these 2 switches. I did some lighting effects on the switches. Here's a really groovy secret. Yeah. Press use on those lighting panel. I made this like death room tunnel thing. I've got a guy at the end getting roasted by a barrel. Okay. Door opens and you got a barrel in your face. And then these guys are waiting for you. I made this like sort of like a ritual room. See, I've got this like dead cacodemon on this like pedestal in the middle of the room, and you can hear the archvile, which brings monsters back to life. You can hear him going hoo ha ha ha, hoo ha ha, and yeah, when you step onto the pedestal, he appears. But he'll never bring the cacodemon back to life because he was already dead. He'll only bring monsters that were alive that you killed back to life. So it sort of doesn't work. But I think the effect is good. Here's the cheapest secret ever that I put in this level. See this room? You might notice this rock pattern repeating on the wall. If you follow it, see here it's inconsistent. Right here, where the tip of my shotgun is. Yeah, that's a secret. If you shoot that with your gun, something that no one would ever know. And that opens a door. step into the room to get the shells and a trap opens. I was proud of that. You need to have things like that. Doom was all about having traps and danger and stuff. So. And that, when you shoot that wall, it opens this secret, which gives you every power up. And that's because you're about to enter a room. Some real nasty. We've got a cyber demon here. We've got two archers. I was proud of this room too. So I had cutouts in the ceiling that I made higher with the floor texture and was animated. I made it look like these parts of the roof had fallen out, and I had like sort of blood and guts on each thing. There's a dead guy here in the center of the room centerpiece. Proper textures here for the doors, door tracks, everything. I had my cyber demon there, and I had two archviles to the left and right of him. Again, I think the textures look really good here. The bricks here, the wire, the tracks on the door when it opens, and the cracked red wall matches the cracked red floor. So. And then here we have the exit. This is probably my favourite part of the level. I made this tunnel of all these creepy faces. And this sort of illuminated part of the tunnel that when you pass over it, that's the end of the level. And 103% kills because of the archvile bringing some of those back to life. So it's probably one of my best levels in terms of like design and like light and texturing and everything. It's still not up to snuff versus like an ID software level, right? So. Sorry about all the coughing, by the way, guys. I'm getting over a sore throat. Yeah, so I was very happy that this worked first go, especially since I had so much trouble with marking that room. I kept making mistakes, but by the time I finally got it, it worked perfectly. Doom is one of the GOAT games. Yeah, it's great. But being able to make your own levels like this made it so much more fun. And once you knew how to do it, because we had to learn about flipping the line def and all that, and having the lines facing the right way, and we had to learn all that shit, and sometimes I'd make a level and it would just crash, and I'd be like, why is it crashing? And you do the check and it would say, sector is open, line def 8 is facing line def 16. It just says shit like that. It doesn't tell you how to fix it. It just says sector is open. But like I said, then when I realised the way the lines face, I don't know why the editor a lot of the time makes them face the wrong way when you insert them. So you just manually flip it. And I think that's why this editor has flipped the line def to fix that problem. I could fill this total MK room with monsters if I wanted to. Yeah. Now let's have a bit of fun. What if we made it so going over the teleporter version of the game allows you to edit levels? There's no version of the game that allows you to edit levels. You need a program called DEU. That's this program. So, help about DEU. Implemented yet? Shouldn't that have been implemented straight away? Anyway, the editor's called DEU. So you can download this editor, and it's free on the internet. And you will need to run it in DOSBox though, because it's a DOS editor. So you need a DOS environment. So yeah, you run it in DOSBox, and then you do all the editing in DU. Then copy your level over to Doom and type Doom space -file space and then the name of the WAD file. Excuse me. Yeah. What if we were to go and put a whole bunch of guys in here? So if I insert a guy here, we'll change type, enemy. So we've got a trooper, sergeant, imp, demon, spectre, baron, lost soul, Kaka demon, cyber demon, or spider boss. So we will go imp, and then we'll change the angle to west, so it's facing the room. Now, because it's set up, if I insert again, it'll insert another imp, which is good. You don't have to keep changing all the attributes. And what we'll do is we'll put some up here, but we'll change the angle now to south. So they come down, when you step into the room, they'll come down from the top of the room when they see you. Right, like that. And then we'll insert in the middle of this room to deal with the imps, because there's not a lot of ammo in this level. Maybe what did I just do? Whoops, I inserted an imp somewhere. That was an accident. Where did I put it? What did I do there? Oh, it's because I highlighted deathmatch. I inserted another deathmatch point. My bad. Oh yeah. It's very important that you don't put guys on top of each other. Those squares can't touch. If they do, they'll be stuck. Alright. So what I was going to do is put in the middle of the A thing, insert. I'm going to change it to type, to weapon, and we're going to put shells. I'm going to change the angle to southwest. There we go. Alright. It was a little dark, so let's also bring the light up a bit. Alright, change the light level. Let's make it 80. Okay. I'll save it. TLMK.wad. Alright. Quit. There we go. Let's make it so the monsters can't open that door. Oh, it's open. scary. Not bad. Start firing. Direction of the fireball. First fire the box of shells. To the A. They're guarding it now. Oh. Oh, not again. Another bad start. So you can actually stop. You can set it in the editor so monsters can't teleport, because that can be a lot of money. There we go. I got the shot. Oh, I made it 4 shotgun shells. That was a mistake. It was supposed to be a box of shotgun shells. Oops. Put the wrong item. Did I get it wrong? Haha! I win! Oh, I forgot to check the light. The light affects the night too. Alright, let's fix those things. I'm using an ancient Doom editor, that's exactly right. Because I know how to use this editor. I don't think they make it. Oh, they do make some modern ones. Alright, first thing we're going to do is fix this. I was playing around with something trying to fix this, and the floor is high. I want to fix that. There we go. Now it's flat. The way it should be. And now we can get rid of the phantom texture, because we don't need it anymore. First side there, flower texture. I'm just going to type a line. There we go, that's it. Alright. Now, this is still too dark. So let's go ahead and make this brighter. I might do 128's good. Even though these are 128. Maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe I'll make it 100. I'll make it 100. Just to be different from the other one. Alright. Oh, do it. Right. I must have hit escape. Okay. Now let's fix that. That was the wrong item. Change type. Weapon. Box of shells. There we go. Put that in the middle of the K. Oh yeah, we'll change it so monsters can't teleport. So we're going to select all our lines on the teleporters. And we'll go into our edit line diff, change flags. Monsters cannot cross this line. Yeah, it's that one. Monsters cannot cross this line. So now they can't teleport. That ends the level. Oh. I saw a red texture. What was that? Oh. Oh, I changed the floor height before instead of the thing by mistake. Whoops, daisy. Alright, no, that's right. I did have that. Why is the texture in... Did I change the ceiling height? I changed the ceiling height before. That was a mistake. I need to do light level before. My bad. Yes, I changed the ceiling height. Yeah, that'll fix it. 28. There we go. Now it's not doing that. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Save it. Quit. Quit. Copy. Total. Word. Alright. Okay. Start teleporting. Not one of them teleporting. Fix that step. Although that texture looks too low. I mean, it's fine. How's this look now? 100 light level, that's better. So it still has the monsters coming out of the darkness. But you can see them a bit better now. Gives you a chance to find the shells. Yay! Not that I ate them. I killed them. And you can just see the wall too. Yeah, see. That's a good light level, 100. That's good. About half. I could go for wall or I could teleport. Why does it make a noise? Oh, it makes a noise when you're marking stuff. Or when something's selected, it goes in the editor. Yeah. So you're talking about this, right? That noise. Yeah, that's just when it highlights something, it makes that noise. Show you highlighting something. Yeah. So, and the rest is up to you. Making something unique, making something not terrible like this, where it's just 3 square rooms or 3 rectangle rooms. You know. And then you have to think about the challenge of the game, like plan out your health. And you can do things too, which is great. This is something I didn't talk about. So let's say I wanted to have a difficulty scale. So let's say I wanted to make it so if you play this on easy mode, it's all the same, except this room only has 4 imps in it, not 8, right? So what we're going to do is we'll mark these 4 imps. We'll mark 2 there and 2 over here, right? And we'll select them. And we'll change type. We'll go change. What appears? Is it what appears? Oh, I've got to figure this out now. What appears? Oh, yeah. What? I don't know what this D12D thing is. I thought it used to just say the name of the I don't know what the D12, D3, D45 shit is. Difficulty 4, 5. Difficulty 1, 2. I get it. Difficulty 1, 2. Difficulty 3. Difficulty 4, 5. And then difficulty... Yeah, so 1 and 2. Knee deep in the dead. Hurt me plenty. What is it? Knee deep in the dead. Hurt me plenty. Ultraviolence nightmare. I think there's two selections per difficulty. So that's why it's D1, 2, D3. Oh yeah, Z3 is the middle one. Hurt me plenty. Ultra violence, and then four and five is four is ultra violence, five is nightmare. Yeah, so basically, all the monsters I've selected appear on all the difficulties, right? These four that I've selected, let's make it so they're only on hard only, right? So now we've added a difficulty scale to the level where if you enter this room, instead of fighting 8 imps, on easy you'll only fight 4 imps. But on hard, you'll fight 8 imps. Right? But let's make it so... Let's add more imps. Things. Let's add more that are on hard. There we go. Alright. Save it. Quit. Alright. So, if I play an easy... Oh, so here's the difficulties. Oh, there's only 4. That's weird. 1, 2. Oh, that's the... Oh, that's the... We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, D1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So 1, 2 is... Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, not too rough. Go by the way. So they're the same difficulty. Those two. Hurt Me Plenty's medium. And then this is difficulty 4, 5, 9. Nightmare is where things come back to life. That's what the only difference between 4 and 5 is. It's the same difficulty, except the monsters come back to life after all. So let's play on I'm Too Young to Die. We'll see how many monsters there are. Go in our secret. Here we have, as you can see, 2 monsters were waiting for me up here, and there should be 2 more over here. That's it. There's only 4 in the room. Get a health. As you can see, the room was cleared very easily because there are only 4 monsters in there. Now, let's do it on hard. Ultra violence. So when I go in this room, there should be 12 imps. Now they are. Oh, I got the shotgun, so let's go! I'll massacre all of you. Got them all. No match for me, baby. Alright. And that's how you can add difficulty scale to your level. By having an easy mode, a hard mode. By adjusting... Yeah, and you can do that on items too, not just monsters. You can say like a health kit, a health pack, or a stim pack. Is only there. Oh, there's more on easy and less of them on hard and stuff. So you can limit the health, or you can limit the monsters, or you can limit both, or maximize both. Why is the room so dark? Well, I did that to show lighting effects off. So I'll show you why that is. I was explaining about light. Light in Doom is really important. This room here is a light level of 128, and the maximum is 255. And then I've made this one here have a blinking light pattern on the teleporter, so it looks cool. And you need to have a darker light outside of blinking light, so it shows up. Otherwise, it always blends together until the same light level. And this room is so dark because I put the word Total MK up here and made it blink. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to change the effect. The effect I think is white. For whatever reason. So I made this room super dark so you could see the word Total MK blinking. Remember, in Doom there is an item that maximizes light called the light amplification goggles. So you can type the cheat ID behold and then L for light amplification goggles, and you see there we go. It's made the room 255, and we can't see the blinking pattern anymore because all the light is the same everywhere. Let's see what the room looks like with full light. There you go. Cool. One of my keys broke on my keyboard, and I 3D printed a replacement, which is awesome. It works. It sits on there, but sometimes it doesn't sit on there as tight as the original. You bump it, it comes off sometimes. That's annoying, and then I gotta orientate it right and put it back on. Oh, yeah, so as you can see, I forgot to load my level and just said edit level 1. So this is the official Doom level. This is E1M1. That's what you're looking at. You start here. You know. You start right here. Hang on, actually. That's the outside part. So you start here, sorry. Right here. You start here, you go left, up the stairs, get the Mega Armor. So even just when you look at how they design their levels, see how this corridor is an odd shape. It's not a square. That's the sort of shit that you need to learn to do. Having odd shaped rooms. See, this is a funny shape. That's a funny shape. That's a funny shape. Funny shape. See? They got away from the square shit. Even this one, see here? Even this corridor is like a funny shape. It's not uniform. You know? And, you know, it's okay with stairs because stairs are supposed to be uniform. But you can see for the most part, most of the design that they did, everything's odd shaped. You can see this is great when you're playing cooperative. Yeah, you can open this part and this wall and this wall, but only in co-op, I believe. Yeah, W1 lower floor. How do you trigger that? Forgotten that switch. Oh, that does it. Wait a minute. SR open door. I thought that opened the door over here. That one lowers that lift. What lowers that? Oh, that lowers that. Oh, okay. So that. Wait a minute, I don't remember it being like that. Is that correct? Saying there's a door here that opens with the switch. I thought that was locked to multiplayer only. It's good in multiplayer, you can open up the whole level. Let's try it. Oh yeah, it does open. Yeah. There we go. I know I remember that differently. That's a good trick. You can come up behind that guy. There you go. You can come up behind all these enemies. Get surprise attack all on to the start. See how they put the tech columns there? They have a lighting here. They have different textures around the box. You know, that's the sort of shit you gotta learn to make an interesting level. When you get up here, there's like windows and stuff. This sort of looks like... I always thought this looked like a swimming pool. Even though it's not. It just... I don't know. This is how it's blue. Here. Kill area. So we know that this... Oh, yeah, you have to... The lines here. Ooh. So once you have the editor, you can find out where all the secrets are in Doom. Because you can look up how they work. Oh, I missed one item. Sue me. Hey Jay, how's it going? So, yeah. show you that again. So that's just what we were playing. There you go. That's the first level of Doom. So yeah, you can see how the secrets work because they're marked with colours. This one's green. Why is that? Oh, because it's it's a special type of wall. The thing that the armor sits on, it's animated. So they made an animated wall. And it's got texture. Why does that have an upper texture that's not used? That's weird. I must have changed it. Yeah. And as we know, when you hit that button, I thought you had to hit that button to make this active, this line. I don't know why I thought that. But that's what I thought. That button actually opens this window up. And when you cross this one opens up. Here we have a green line. What's that? That's because that's a door. Alright. Here we have a line that lowers this lift. Yeah, that's how you get up the top, get all those bonuses. There's another door, and another door. This one lowers floor, so that lowers the lift. So you can get into that room. Another door, and then an exit switch. Yeah. You should work as a game designer? Nah. See, that's the thing. It was so much fun to make these levels, but the know-how on doing it is one thing. You need to be creative. So you can see the guys that made these levels, this is very creative what they've made here. This with the columns and everything, the lighting and everything. You look at that, right? That's one level. And then I'll show you something, something I did. Train2.wad. And here's a level I made, a train station. You can see it's so blocky, right? And I was making a train station, to be fair. It's the train tunnel, there are the tracks. I had a little stopper thing at the end, like it was the end of the line. I'll show you this level though. I did something cool on this level that I was proud of. Not really a big deal, but is this train? It's train 2. So, when I execute this, I made a batch file. It adds doom.wad. You always need doom.wad. That's the main file. Then it adds train2.wad. That's the level that I just showed you. And then it adds something called cokemac.wad. It's Coke Machine. So it's I made a new texture to have a Coke machine in the trade station. I don't know what X-Click is. I'm not sure what the fuck that one is. Oh, I added different music or something. Anyway, this is supposed to be coming down a train station. It's all concrete, right? Good at pieces, though. And the scale's way off, too. Oh, I remember what it is. I wanted to have a clock on the roof. That's what the other file is. That crappy 11 a.m. up there. Exactly 11 a.m. Who would have thought that was exactly 11 a.m.? That's unbelievable. I was quite proud of this. I had, they're supposed to be the monitors when the train comes. And then here's the Coke machine. Enjoy a Coke. So basically, I found a texture in Doom, or edited. In Doom, there's the blood fountain texture, and it's got 3 frames of animation. So all I had to do was make the 3 frames, and that's what this is. One says enjoy, one says one says Coke. And then you just build it into a file. You just replace the same textures, and Doom will animate them like they're the blood fountain. Pretty big Coke machine that goes all the way up to the roof. Unbelievable. Here we have our safety line. And if you press use on the Coke machine, the lift lowers. And we get this secret. We get our key card. We needed that. So we get back up onto the platform. What's down here? Nothing. Oh, shotgun. Now that we have the blue key card, we can get into the ticket window. Now, I thought I added a way to finish this level, but I thought it was this clock. There's a use on this clock. That doesn't work though, so I must have never added an exit, which means you're forever stuck at this level. But yeah, pretty good use of textures on this level. Although I probably could have added a lip up there instead of just having one flat roof that keeps going. Must be Coca-Cola fans. Oh, I love Coke. I used to be all about Coke. I drink Vinland or Pepsi these days though, but I still drink Coke sometimes. Anyway, yeah. Did you like the Simon McCoy interview? Yeah, I did. It was great, man. I had a lot of questions I would have liked to have asked him. He didn't say much when you said I wasn't the biggest fan of the first one. Oh, fuck, I laughed when you said that, bro. Hey, you should always be honest, my friend. Always. I'm not giving you shit for saying that. I just found it. I liked the honesty, to be honest, but it's funny because I could tell he didn't expect it, right? That's what was funny. But I don't think it was disrespectful you saying that, you know. It's just the truth, right? Yeah, and exactly, having guts, man. Having guts and being honest is where it's at, you know. So yeah, it was a great interview, man. I was gonna interview Todd Garner, like if they okayed it, because Todd Garner said in one of my tweets, but it was like a Dynasty tweet, and I'd replied in it too. So I wasn't sure if he was talking to me or Dynasty or both of us. But he basically asked Dynasty, when are you gonna have me on? And I wasn't sure if he was talking to me or him. So I messaged him. I went, "Were you talking to me or Dynasty?" And he said, "I was talking to Dynasty, but you know, maybe we could work something out too." And I went, "Okay." And so I thought, cool, but I didn't want to jump in front, so I waited. I was waiting for Dynasty to do this interview with Todd Garner. I never did it. You know what I mean? I was waiting. I didn't want to do it first because it wasn't offered to me originally, you could say. So I was waiting for him to do it, and then I was going to ask if I could do it, and if we got okayed, I was going to... Just didn't happen. I still haven't done my Easter egg video. I started it, and then all this shit happened with YouTube and Sony and fucking all this other stuff, and all this shit was going on, and I was sick, and I just got back from Japan and all this stuff. So I sort of abandoned the Easter egg video. First I had to wait for the digital, then I got it. And there's, you know what? I swear there's not as many Easter eggs as in the first movie. Like, visually. I think they're more like, they're in there like a sneaky way. I could be wrong though. I don't know. I was having a lot of trouble finding Easter eggs, and I was only up to, like, I don't know, the very start. So I don't know if I can keep going or not. I'm yawning a lot. Guess I'm tired. What's the time? No, it's midnight. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry I missed the T2 stream, bro. I would have loved to have been part of that. Yeah, I had two things going on 2 weeks in a row. One was my birthday, and one was Global Pokemon Go Fest. And I actually got them backwards. But I was tied up that time anyway for both those weekends. So my friend was coming down and staying in Melbourne. So that was the day that was the stream you were doing. And so I wasn't sure what time I had to be available when she was coming down that day. So I had to cancel it. It was too hard to work around it. Yeah, so... You know, I love Terminator 2, man. That's my favourite movie. In the new movie, I know Ed Boon is the bartender. But the other guy at the bar, do you know who that is? Do you mean the guy that says, the fan, that says, "You're Johnny Cage"? Man, I'm a massive fan. Are you talking about that guy? I mean, I never really looked into it. I just assume he's an extra. Maybe he's connected to someone on the team or something. I don't know. I know when Carl Urban or Johnny Cage is watching the phone, and it's got young Johnny Cage on the phone, a 16-year-old, and he's like, the kid, a teenager. That's actually Carl Urban's son in real life. Which was funny because he so looked like fucking Neil Patrick Harris. Me and my friend both laughed. I'm like, did they get like Doogie Howser footage or something? Because it looks exactly like him. You haven't seen MK2? Man. It's already digital order. It's available, if you know what I'm saying. I like the He-Man movie. I actually liked that more than I thought I would. I thought I wouldn't like it. It was quite enjoyable. It was quite good. There's one joke in the He-Man movie. Fucking hilarious. Fuck, it made me laugh. At the end of the movie. It's just got Skeletor. I'll just say the line. I won't give you the whole context of the joke because it will ruin the movie. Well, not ruin the movie, but it'll ruin the joke, right? But the line is, Where the fuck am I? Skeletor says that towards the end of the movie. That was fucking hilarious. that actually had me laughing for a couple of minutes. That was good. I should show you guys my best level. Was that a Doom 2 level? Oh. Hang on, let me maybe it's D2? No. Bigger than that. Wait a sec. You will die, not bat. Lol. Ding. Might be ding. This is it. So this is what I consider my best, probably my best Doom level for lighting and textures and doing everything right. Still got ways to go, but. See, still too boxy. Everything's a square. That's the hardest habit to get out of. Especially when you're making levels in something that's got like a grid. So, again, I showed this to my cousin and he didn't know what to do. I'm like, did you try opening the door at the start? Yeah, I know, that's a dick move. Oh, he got me. Bastard. Killed my man. I just chucked the cheats on so I can get back to where I was before. as you can see, the light gets darker and darker, right? The further down you go. So you got some lighting effects there, some light flashing in the middle of the room, the doorway's flashing. And there's a pressure pad. Oh. That's rooms. That's really a secret there. Forgot my own secrets. I could have sworn I put a secret there. Must be else there. What? There is a secret there. Going crazy. It's not. Okay. So I did something interesting here. I had this like Baron in there, and he was trapped in that square. I made it so he couldn't pass the lines. So he stayed on that sort of hell symbol. But you know, I probably should have raised that up. Give this a bit of height, and maybe lowered the roof and made it look a bit more interesting. It's just another square room. I gotta stop doing that. I was proud of this little, this thing though. Wait a second. So this is what I call a Doom prison. So this is supposed to look like a futuristic sort of prison. And these are supposed to be like cells. It's sort of supposed to be like an experimental lab. And they caught one of each monster, and they were like, you know, experimenting on them or something. That was the whole idea. And this is how you open each cell. This is for each cell. Sort of thing. Go to that skull and open the secret up. And if you push that, it's a trap. Opens this. Or lowers that lift. So if you ignore it... Maybe I'll put that somewhere here. I knew there was a secret. There it is. It's just further down. Don't lower it. Don't fall for the track and shoot it. Now finish the level. Nah. Remember we're doing Star Trek First Contact? Watch party? Ah, nice. Is that the oh, First Contact? That's the one with that's the the next gen one. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was gonna ask if that was the new Star Trek, like the I just watched it, rewatched it. I forgot Carl Urban was in it, so I went back and watched it again. I'm like, man, I forgot he was the Bones in it. Yeah, so he was damn good in that. I like that first Star Trek. I liked the first one and the third one. I remember thinking like the second one wasn't as good. I don't think I have 2 or 3. I only have the first one. You should come visit Ireland sometime. We got a shop that has retro games. I mean, I got a shop here that has retro games though. Like, pretty damn cool. Experimental. Nice, yeah. Well, that was the idea. Like, see, if I had a bit more creativity, I could have that experimental lab with all the switches that let the monsters out and all that. I just need to like refine the rooms so they're not so square. You know, everything I made was square, rectangle, or try and get out of the habit, but always fall back into the habit of having square rooms and everything too. So. I think I literally have a level called Hexa. Yeah. Hexa. So I think I made it. Oh, shit, what was it? Which level did I make it? Damn it. weird. Oh, jeez. Hexa 2. Hexa the odd. Oh, it must be one of the other ones. Hexa 2 odd. This is it. Just stupidity. Just putting guns and ammo everywhere, but I made this because I made the room hexagonal. That's why it's called Hexa. Oh, thanks for the donation. Appreciate that. Is there any doing mods that have Irish? %. That's not good. Hang on, there was health at the start. Let's go back. Alright. Take that, bitch. Oh. Oh. That's what happens when you put two enemies on top of each other. They get stuck. That's bad editing. Let's try it the first time. We'll just do it again. Oh, that takes you back there. Okay. Let's see, it was a hexagonal. You can see. You can see the hexagonal. Oh, there's a secret here. You can see it on the map. Oh, you can actually see it in the game too. Put marks on it. What else we got? Door to door. That's weird. Jerky 2.1, 1.5 megabyte. I know what that is. That's all Jerky Boys. I don't know if you guys know the Jerky Boys. They were like these comedians. You probably know him from Family Guy. He plays Mort. Anyway, that's Johnny Brennan, who does the voice of Jerky Boys. Anyway, yeah, that was a Jerky Boys audio file. Changes all the stuff to all the sounds to Jerky Boy stuff. Reptile.wad. That's a graphic file. It's a picture of reptile. It's actually got a problem. So, this used to be the arcade I used to work at. I made my work. This is at a shopping centre. These are the roller doors. 1, 2, 3, 4 roller doors I had to open every morning that I opened. It's still alive? Bro. These are supposed to be the arcade games. Yep, this is my arcade. I can hear a shotgun go over, please. So, okay. So let's see if I remember all the arcade games. Let's open all the shutters. So this is Daytona, USA. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 in a row there. Then there was a Manx CT Superbike here. Also, at some stage, we had Time Crisis here. The original Time Crisis. I don't remember some of these stand-up arcade games. One of them was Track and Field. There was always some... We were always people on Track and Field. I remember that. That was my arcade game. That was Mortal Kombat. That's why it's got the cool scrolling pattern on it. And yeah, that opens the exit. Yeah, Mortal Kombat, Track and Field, with the other two. What might have been Die Hard Arcade. We had a simulator here. I probably couldn't make that in the editor, but we had a big, like, moving, like, capsule thing, like, yellow thing. Before that, we had, like, Alpine Racer there. This was this Wacky Gator was over here. I didn't put that in the game. There was a ticket game. There was ticket games over here. There was one of those domes here with slammers in it, and you pushed an arm to try and win slammers. And there was a big Bessie here. This was a T-Mech, an Atari game, really fun to play. There was a wrestling game here that's not here. There was a motorbike game here that I didn't put in the game. Again, there was Killer Instinct 2 was here. That was Killer Instinct 2. I don't know what these were. I've got a sheet somewhere with all of the games. There's that coin collection sheet. And this is where I used to work. So we had a booth here. No, you can't go in it. Yeah, we'd sit in this booth, and all our pinballs were over here, but I didn't put any pinballs in the game. There's an air hockey table here. There was basketball games here. And there was pinballs along here. There was like, I don't know, 4 along that wall, and then like another 4 this way. There was like 8 pinball machines. There was Big Hurt, Demolition Man, Star Trek: The Next Generation, the Flintstones. I don't know what the other ones were. I don't know what the other ones were. Yeah. Yeah. I recreated my work in Doom. Pretty sad. It wasn't about doing it because I loved work, even though I did like working there. It was the challenge of doing it. An audio mod for shooting him that made his guns say, nah, to make a voice whenever. Yeah, I can do that. The program's called DMAud. Let's see if it's still in the folder. There it is. DMAUD. DMAUD. So, DMAUD, Doom Audio Editor. So, you'd have to find the sound number, right? To replace it. I can't remember how you get the sound number. Sound number 1. Select and play sound from DoomWord. It's been a long time since I've done this. Yeah, everything must be 11025. Otherwise it fucks up. List samples. Quiet. Allow links. Sample to expand current links. List contents of a word. Sound file. I don't get a list of. You list samples. Oh, there you go. That's what you do. So here you go. You do your list samples, right? So there you go. If you want to change pistol fire, there you go. It's the first sound in the game. Pistol fire. And then, yeah. So sound number 1. So then you, DMAud. Sound number 1 /S. And then sound file. I think that's just the file name. New sound. Wave. Oh, wave. I think that's it. Store sound file into DoomWide. Position number, sound number. Input files can be any sound format or automatically converted to 1102 sample. You don't want to put it in Doom.wad though. You want to put it. You want to do /F. That's right for file. Yeah, you never do S, because then you're actually replacing the main file. It will be forever in Doom. If you do F, you're putting it into a new separate file. And yeah, sound number, sound file /E. That's for extraction, right? Extraction, yeah. And then what's L for? /L is that's list sample. Q is quiet. Have last output. F. Yeah, F and P what? Oh, you have to put a new. When you do F, you have to put new sound.wad. Right. And then. Oh. My bad. /S new sound.wave /F new sound.wad. There you go. That's it. That's the command. Remove and see is list contents of what? Yeah. So DMAud, the sound number /S for the sound file, which has to be 11025, and then /F, and it will make a file called new sound.wad. And then if I had a sound ready, I'd do it, but I don't. Then when you play Doom, every time you fire the pistol, it'll be the new wave file. And you only have to do this like I've been doing with the levels. It's the same thing. You do Doom /file new sound.wad. And then when you add that file in, it will overwrite the original one. And you'll have the new pistol sound. Yeah. Yeah. So I think I had DM graph as well for graphics. Yeah, DM graph. There it is. That was the graphic editor. DM Ord was the audio editor. DM Graph was the graphic editor. Then there was something called Dehacked. Dehacked might have been Doom 2. Yeah. Oh, there was DU text. No. I had DU in the Doom directory. I'm sure there's more files than that though. Source to the demo. Oh, sure it's not. Oh, there's an EGA, VGA, BGI. Actually, no, that could be run from that. Okay. Huh. I don't have Dehacked on here. Dehacked was good. It allowed you to change like the cheat codes in Doom. Anything that's stored in the exe file, like doom.exe, Dehacked would change the things in the exe, like IDDQD. You could change it. Anyway, I might call this stream. I just wanted to do this for fun. I thought it would have been a different kind of stream. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, excuse me. I can't talk. This damn throat is killing me. Alright guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go cough my guts out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.